Hi, everybody. I am in a different spot today, but I'm live and I'm here. It is a half an hour later than I said I was going to go on. And if you were watching the game, you know why. Because that game, Germany, Paraguay, went to penalties, two overtime periods, and a penalty shootout that actually went to an extra penalty shootout. And Germany is out of the World Cup. I don't think that's a sentence that we expected to hear this early in the tournament. And I'm still a little shocked. I'm literally jumping on here right after the match ended. If you watch the match and you're joining, if you're in the chat or if you are um, watching this on the replay, I want to hear some reactions. What do you think? I know we had a controversial call. Germany scored a second goal and it was disallowed after the VAR review. Um, I'm still shocked. I'm still in shock. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of the German team, and like I said before, um, I'm really excited to see a winner come a World Cup winner this year that has not won before. And so Germany's out of the running for that. Now, I know if you saw my video yesterday, you saw that I chose Germany over Paraguay. And that was me leading with my head and not my heart. Because my heart is always going to root for the team that is not supposed to win or the team that people don't think is going to win up against the powerhouse. Um, I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Elle. I'm the host of the Speaking Tongues podcast, and we on my podcast we talk about language and culture from all over the world, and this is why I'm talking about World Cup. I love soccer, I love football, and World Cup is very much in the spirit of my podcast, where we are celebrating and enjoying linguistic and cultural diversity. That being said, we do have a new episode out today. Today we have a new episode out. It is episode 186. And we are speaking with Elizabeth Ellis, who is a Cornish translator. She's a Cornish translator and educator in Cornwall, England, and she came to talk to us about the Cornish language. Elizabeth is so joyful, and this conversation was so joyful, and we learned so much about. See, my fan is on this side now. Usually, it's on the other side when I'm recording in another spot. But Elizabeth is so joyful, and she is so passionate about sharing Cornish language and Cornish culture with all of us. And we had this really terrific conversation. We had a lot of fun. I learned so much about Cornwall and about Cornish culture and mythology and history and language. And as Cornish is a Celtic language, we definitely talked about some connections with, some of the other Celtic languages as well. So that episode is out now. It came out today and it's up here on my YouTube channel. So I'd love it if you could check it out when you have an opportunity. And that was a lot of fun. So let's talk about these matches. We had the first two matches of the day. The first match was Brazil was playing against Japan. That was one. I have my paper here that I wrote everything down on in pencil, so you can't really see it too well, but I wrote it in pencil. And we're talking about, I was giving some predictions in yesterday's live. And I predicted that Brazil-Japan would go to penalties. And I thought it would. Japan opened the game with a goal early on and went to the first half. I know, Sambaza, that was like, what a day so far, right? I did see that. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. But Japan had an early goal in their game. They went into the half with a 1-goal lead, and then Brazil scored 2 goals in the second half. It was kind of funny because I always want to see Japan. I love the Japanese team, and I've loved the Japanese team for such a long time. I think that they're really underrated, and it's always a joy to see them play. I think they're great. I think they have been a great team. I've said before, I always want to see Brazil do well. So that's always, exciting for me to see them do well. But it's hard to see Brazil and Japan matched up so early. Two teams that I've really been a fan of for such a long time. And I was really surprised because Brazil, I don't think was looking too good in the first half of the game. And I kind of noted here on my phone, I'm looking at my notes, that that's what I love about World Cup too. It's so unpredictable. You never know where it's gonna go. I thought the old Brazil, which is, for you guys who don't know, pretty much the guys they keep cutting to up in the stands. We had that dream team from the early 2000s. I think they would have had this game wrapped up pretty early. But who cares, because that era is gone. But I thought it was a competitive game, and I thought that both teams played really well during the game. I really thought that was going to go to extra time or to a penalty shootout. So I was surprised that it didn't. But it's never easy saying goodbye to the Japanese team. They just play with so much grace, and they are so gracious to their fans and to their supporters. And I think that they're such an underrated team, and I really would love to see them go a lot further than they have. I think they've really come up against some tough opponents in the last couple of World Cups. I actually Googled it to see. And they've played some tough games in the last couple of World Cups, and it just, getting further in the knockout stage just hasn't happened for them. And it would have been really, really good to see them go the distance and go further. So 2026 hugs to Samurai Blue. It's always hard to watch them go, and hopefully we'll see them again in the next World Cup. And they've qualified, from what I read, they've qualified for the last 8 World Cups. So I know we'll be seeing them in 4 years from now. And how about that goalkeeper? Is his last name Suzuki? Someone remind me. I'm drawing a blank. But he was dynamic. He was terrific. He was really terrific. And I think he's got a long career ahead of him with the Japanese national team. And he's a tall guy. He was born in the U.S. and we talked about this before. His mom is Japanese. His dad is Ghanaian, I want to say. But he's got a long career ahead of him because he's young. So, and he's really good. So I know they'll be calling him back up for the next World Cup, and I look forward to seeing him. This was definitely a heartbreak game for me. Thank you, Sambaza. It's Suzuki. He's amazing. He's amazing, and I really look forward to seeing more from him. This game was I talked about every World Cup has that heartbreak game where you have two teams that you love and you want to support both of them, but you got to say goodbye to one of them. And this was the second one for me after Cote d'Ivoire and Curacao. That was a really tough one. So Germany, Paraguay. I'm coming back to that because I don't know. I don't know. I think, like I said, no one could have expected that this would be the end of the road for Germany. I don't think anyone expects that, whether you are a fan of Germany or you're just thinking with your head or you're looking at statistics. And this is why statistics are cool and they're fun. And for all you guys who like numbers, it's great. But statistics don't matter because, like I said yesterday, you could be having the best day of your life, or this could be the worst day of your life. And I think for Germany, this just wasn't a good day for them. I know we talked about VAR the other day, and I really didn't see what happened. That's on me. I didn't really see what happened. So I don't know why that goal was disallowed. If anybody in the chat knows and wants to share, I will listen to you because I missed it, and I just saw that the referee was going to review it. So yeah. Going to penalty kicks, I wasn't expecting that like I said, I was expecting that more in the first game than I was in this game, Germany Paraguay. And I think for people who probably put some money on this game, there was probably quite a bit of money that was lost on this game. So I'm sorry, but I already said my 2026 hugs to Japan, so I gotta send my hugs to Germany also. What is the German word for hug? That I don't know, but German has a word for everything. So if you know the German word for hug, leave it in the comments. Or the plural of hugs, giving hugs. The guy was touching the goalie. Okay. Is that not? You cannot mess with the goalie. Think of it like a QB in football. Okay. You saw the confusion on my face, and then you elaborated on the comment. Thank you. Okay. Because I saw there were a lot of guys huddled all together, so I wasn't sure what that was about. But since they didn't do the replay of the I knew it wasn't offside because I didn't see the flag go up, and they didn't do that weird video game reenactment of the offside goal. So I knew it wasn't that, but I didn't check it. I didn't check that out. But thank you for elaborating for me, because I am very vibes based when it comes to football. I'm the first one to admit I don't know all the rules. I've never played. I've never reffed. Sambaza, I know you said that you coach or you referee football. So there's a lot of rules that I don't know, and there's a lot of things that I just kind of picked up along the way. But a lot of it is like vibes and feeling. Perfect example, watching Brazil Japan earlier. As soon as I saw, I think it was that second goal, as soon as I saw the player come off his left foot, and he shifted his weight off his left foot, and then he passed it to the next guy, the next striker. I said, this goal is going in. Like I felt it. And I probably sound crazy, but I felt it. And I've always kind of felt when that goal is coming. I guess kind of how people feel like when a thunderstorm is coming and get a little pain in your joints or something like that. I've always kind of been very vibe based like that. So I need to get better at understanding the rules of of this game. This is definitely a goalkeeper's cup, and that's exciting for me too. I think we have seen so much incredible goal defending from so many teams. I know we've all been talking about Bosnia with Cabo Verde. We've talked about Room. His name is not Eloy Room with Curacao. This fella here with Paraguay, I should have gotten his name before I came on here. But that was some incredible goal defending, especially during the penalty shootout. Generally, the goalie has the benefit of the doubt, especially if he's up in the air. But in this case, it looked like he nudged the goalie and therefore lost his step to be able to catch the header. All right. I understand that. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that explanation. I really appreciate that. Because I'm learning after almost 30 years of watching football. I'm still learning, but I enjoy every step of the way because I just enjoy the game. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy the feeling of it. And I enjoy sharing community with so many other football fans out there, so many sports fans out there like yourself. So this is, thank you so much for that, Sambaza, because that's a very much needed explanation. So who do we have up next? We have, is it Netherlands, Morocco is coming up tonight. That is probably going to be an interesting one. Yesterday I said that one, I'm looking at my paper. I said that one was going to go to penalty shootout. I think those are two strong teams. 20. We need to travel to 2030 World Cup. Can you imagine? We should find a way to do content for 2030 World Cup. We should find a way to do content for AFCON, Sembaza, because African football is the future. That's my new tagline. That's what I'm saying. And it is. It is the future. It's the now and the future. I'll put it that way. Netherlands, Morocco, those are two strong teams. And and I don't know. Yesterday I said that was gonna go to a penalty shootout. It could. It could. I don't have a favorite in this next game, but I'm sure when it goes to a penalty shootout, by that time I will have a favorite. So I don't know. We'll have to check in tomorrow with that. Who are we thinking is taking it in the next match? Sambaza, if you're still here, how are you feeling about your orange? How are you feeling about the Clockwork Orange? Let me know. Anybody else who's watching want to weigh in, or anybody watching on the replay, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about today's games. Are you excited to see Paraguay eliminate Germany? Are you excited about Brazil eliminating Japan? How do you feel about Netherlands, Morocco? What matches are you looking forward to? Maybe that'll be the question of the day. What matches are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. However you feel is best. Next year is Women's World Cup in Brazil. Holy smokes, I didn't know that. I've always wanted to go to Brazil. That's a perfect excuse to go to Brazil. That's a perfect time to go to Brazil. We've got a lot of international football coming up over the next few years. We've got Women's World Cup is next year. Is Copa America still next year? I haven't heard anybody talking about it, and that is one of my favorite tournaments. We've got AFCON coming up. We've got, what else do we have? Women's World Cup. Oh, Euros. Duh. Of course we have Euros. Any other tournaments that are international and coming up, any that you're looking forward to, please let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. But we're living in the now. I'm trying not to get sad that World Cup is coming to a close. It's not coming to a close. We're in the middle of it. I'm getting ahead of myself. But, with every passing day and with every game that goes on, we're staying in the moment. Just keep staying in the moment. That's what I'm telling myself. That's what I'm telling all of you who are like me and just full of football joy right now. Just stay in the moment and enjoy it. Once again, hugs to Japan, hugs to Samurai Blue, hugs to Germany and their fans, their supporters. Morocco and Netherlands, you're staying neutral. Okay. All right. I'm staying neutral too, because I don't have I don't really have too much of an interest in either team, but I just want to see a good game. All right, so we're getting close to the 20-minute mark, and the next game I think starts. Does it start now or does it start at 9? Starts in an hour maybe. So I'm going to end this here. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. I put a few of my banners back here on my wall, just to jazz it up a little bit because I'm in a different spot recording today. And also, AFCON is June 19th to July 18th, 2027. Okay, perfect. Wait, that's next year. AFCON is next year? Or is it the year after? Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda are hosting. Whoa! Oh, that's awesome. Wow, that's next year. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of travel ahead of us, friend. We got a lot of football travel ahead of us. I've been really thinking, should I talk about football and not language anymore? Maybe I should talk more about football than I should talk about language. We'll see. I'm debating. But I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick conversation. Let's get over the shock of of uh, of Germany being out of the World Cup. Um, let's celebrate Paraguay and let's celebrate their win and let's wish them well and enjoy the game. Enjoy Netherlands, Morocco. Um, yeah. I'm still in shock, but we're still enjoying it. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the games.